community. So let's give her a warm virtual round of applause and welcome Zaria Woodford.
Hi, everybody. I am Zaria Woodford. Like she said, I am a rising junior pre-law student from New Jersey. And Sonceré is my mom, and I'm super proud of her and this whole thing that she has put together. So I'm super excited to be sharing and being able to participate in this with her. I'm going to start by sharing my screen with you all. And as mentioned, my topic is fierce goal setting. So I'm going to be going in on ways that I personally set my goals and on ways that I encourage other people to set their goals and help other people in doing so. Okay, so this is a little chart that I found and decided to elaborate on because it really resonated with me and my method of how I like to set and achieve my goals in my life. So the first thing these are 3 general rules that I follow whenever I'm setting a new goal in my life. And the first is that I only can focus on one thing at a time. Whether there's always a bigger picture, and I know there's always a bigger goal, but you can't truly be productive unless you are focusing on the one entity on its own, completing that entity, and then moving on. So the next thing is to know that you are on God's time and you are following God's plan and that you are not on your own time. This is something that I personally struggle with because when I figure stuff out in my head, I'm like, okay, well, I figured it out. I'm going to work it out. If I do this, that, and the third, then this should ultimately happen. But that isn't always the case. And I have to be accepting that the world and my life isn't necessarily in completely my hands, but I have to trust in God that there is a bigger plan for my life. And the last thing is that comparison is the thief of joy. So especially coming to college, I realized comparing my own journey and my accomplishments to another person is completely irrelevant. It's completely invalid. And most of the time, it just makes you feel not so great about yourself. So my journey is looking completely different than the person sitting next to me. Although we may be in the same major, we may be in the same class, we may have the same aspirations, we may be interested in a lot of the same things. It's important to remember that you are still your own individual. So no matter what, your plan and your goal and the plan that God has for your life is different from the person sitting next to you. So I use an example of one of my biggest goals or my ultimate career goal, which is to become a judge at the highest degree possible. So we're going to start at the bottom of the ladder, and that is my main goal on the umbrella of all the goals, right? That's at the top. So in order to reach that goal, I have to first make a plan. I need to figure out the basic steps that I need to take in order to reach this goal. So this is something that is slowly getting narrowed down. So my first thing that I'm currently focusing on is an undergraduate degree. I am majoring in liberal studies and pre-law. So a lot of my classes are legal based, but that is what I'm focusing on now, making my undergrad experience the best that it can possibly be and getting the most out of it so that I'm prepared to go to law school. During this time of my undergrad, I'm making sure that I am prepping for my LSAT. That is the standardized test that you must take to get into law school, where then I will attend law school and then I will take my bar exam to then become a lawyer and then hopefully a judge. So as you can see, there is multi-steps to this whole entire process, but it is important that I am focusing on just one of those steps at a time. So after you make your plan, your loose plan, it is important to start to get to work. Make sure you're focusing on one part of the plan at a time, and completing this plan to the best of your ability. So as mentioned before, I am currently serving as our Student Government Association's Attorney General at North Carolina A&T. That is something that is going to contribute to my law school experience or provide me additional experience to this legal journey that I'm starting. So all of these things, National Black Law Student Association, me being on the Student Judiciary Council when I was a freshman, all of these things are working together so that I can reach the mini goal inside of my very big goal of becoming a judge.